Honourable Minister. We'll move on to question 206, asked by the Honourable Mikaele Leawere. You have the floor. Don't look in wonder. You have the floor.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, sir. I rise to ask question 206, which is addressed to the Honourable Minister for Infrastructure, Meteorological Services, Lands and Mineral Resources. The question is, can the Minister update Parliament on the current status of electricity supply to rural areas that are not connected to the main grid? Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. I now call on the Minister for Infrastructure, Meteorological Services, Lands and Mineral Resources, the Honourable Jone Usamate. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and thank the Honourable Member for his question. Providing electricity to areas outside of the grid and in our rural areas remains a priority of government. From 2019 to date, we've had a total of 188 grid extension projects, which were done by EFL. This was for a total of around 3,600 households in total, spread across all the divisions in Fiji. Out of these 3,679 households, some of them have been connected, others the connection will be completed in this financial year. That means the work has been done, they just need to be connected up. In addition to this, there have been a total of 42 projects that are still under construction, where work is ongoing, costing a total of around $26.3 million that will benefit another 3,693 households. EFL has now put in place its implementation plan to complete these projects over the next 12 to 14 months. So those are 42 projects for around 3,693 households in total. And these projects are across all the divisions. For instance, in Langalanga settlement in Lambasa, supply to areas like in Lalakoro, Winimako, Rokasala, in Dangau settlement in Senganga, in Taviuni from Welangi to Neselesele, and in the Central Division in areas like Waisere, Naterumu, Waitangolo, Savurua, Nasama, Waisa, and Nabulokani in Seria and Itasiri. In Western Division, areas like Wayala, Sawene, Wema, Keasi in Singatoka, Nalawa District in Rakiraki, and Navatusila. For the current financial year, Mr. Speaker, there is a total of another 48 projects that are designed to be used for 2,417 customers across all of the divisions. Also, in addition, there's a total of 4.3 million that has been allocated to complete the house wiring for another 8,708 households. This includes customers for major grid extension and individual customers who applied to be assisted for house wiring and connection. And from this amount, there's around 3,412 in the Central Division, 3,818 in the Western Division, and 1,478 in the Northern Division. Ministry has been having monthly meetings with EFL and the Ministry of Economy to monitor the progress of grid extension and house wiring. And we look at all of Fiji, not just Serua Namosi, all of them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
I thank the Honourable Minister. I take note of your last sentence. Yes. Honourable Linda Tambua, is a supplementary question?
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Before I ask my supplementary question, I just want to say I was disappointed that 205 was not asked because I was looking forward to hearing about the horses being provided for transportation, as my village needs horses in Kandavu for our farming communities, Honourable Speaker, and I welcome if the horses provided from, especially from Nandronga, Honourable Speaker, to provide horses for transportation. Honourable Speaker, the supplementary question, the Honourable Minister had alluded to the electricity supply for rural areas. If you could please just update on the progress for those areas in the urban, peri-urban communities that used to fall under rural authority but are now under housing authority. What are the plans for them, certain settlements especially we have in the Suvarnasori corridor that don't have electricity. Honorable Minister, what are the plans for them also to be connected to the electricity grid? Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Minister, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. We have a target to make sure that we have 100% access to electricity. In the last census, we found that there's only about 4% of households that did not have electricity. So where you are close to the grid, government policy is to extend the grid. Where you are far from the grid, we can then move to solar home systems, or in some areas we have the rural government stations. For instance, in areas like Nambowalu, in Vunisea, in Lakemba, and Rotuma. These places, the network will be extended. Other places like, for instance, in Tukavesi, where we have the mini solar grid that will be used. Hopefully that can be joined up with the hydro that we have in Buda. So there's all of these different combinations of providing electricity will be pursued by government, always with the intent, with the aim that we have. That is the challenge that is in our constitution, and also in our obligation to make sure that we try to provide 100% access to electricity to everybody in Fiji, wherever you are, rural, peri-urban, everywhere. We'll keep on focusing on that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I thank the Honourable Minister. Honourable members,